you ready to make technology work for you? Tune in to Act on Tech, the podcast where we break down the latest tech trends and show you how to boost your productivity at home and in your business. So, subscribe to Act on Tech today and visit alexcustomtech.com to see how we can take your business to the next level. That's Act on Tech, your guide to smarter tech for a smarter business. Alex Custom Tech, IT means integrity and trust.
Hi, this is Alex of Alex Custom Tech, and today we're going to talk about it's a little bit different because this was on my mind, and I wanted to know how to bring it without sounding like a you listen to, I don't know how to really say this without sounding like a dictator or someone that's like telling you what to do, But we're going to talk about the mistakes that small businesses make when it comes to IT. And I talked about this, and I kind of hinted on this before, of how important and integrated IT is now to small businesses, how important it is, whether you like it or not. This is the new industrial age. And Booker T. Washington said it best when he was talking about civil rights. And Booker T. Washington is my hero. And at the time when Booker T. Washington was around, people had different ideas about how to deal with civil rights. And Booker T. Washington says civil rights is like a train going down the track. Whether or not you like it, it's coming. So the best thing for you to do is get out of the way. This is why I don't believe in forcing people to do anything, because merit is merit is merit. Booker T. Washington also said that. Only thing you really require is merit. So that being said, we're going to talk about the mistakes that small businesses make in IT. And I'm not going to try to beat you over the head with this, but at the same time I want you to understand how important this is. So here we go. Here we go. So let's talk about some of the bad IT setup and how it hurts your businesses and costs you money, and downtime, and that stuff. And if you listen to this podcast and take anything away, these things are important and it'll help you. Okay? I'm not trying to tell you how to do anything. I'm just saying that these things are important, and I'm not even trying to sell Alex Custom Tech, even though Alex Custom Tech can help in these areas. This is not like a sales pitch. This is just like, do these things and it will significantly better your business outcome, period. Okay, this is okay because I'm not into sales, and you can get another IT guy, you don't have to get me, right? But do these things, are important. It's kind of, we're going to touch on some of the things that I already talked about, but they're important. Okay, so IT is the foundation, the what you're building is what your business is built upon. And we're going to talk about things like stacks and you could have the best products, you could have the cleanest branding, you could have the smoothest pitch, but one tech failure can make your whole business look sloppy. Whether it's losing customer data, slow internet during live sales, or website crashing, bad IT setup hurts people and how they see you, and it's just bad all around. So business mix, the blend of operation, branding, customer service, and technology that makes your business work. You understand? It's mouthful, right? But it's, again, it's not just a computer that you have, it's the internet provider, it's the networking gear you have, it's the switches you have, it's the access point you have, it's the cameras you use for live Zoom, it's like how many computers you have, what's running on them, what you use them for. It's all this stuff encapsulated, right? We talk about IT a lot in this podcast. IT really means, I say it means integrity and trust, right? But it really means information technology. And the hardware, software, and systems that you use to run your business, right? Downtime is not something you want to have. Downtime is your enemy, right? And I can say this from one personal experience. Sometimes I'll be like, sometimes I'm like, I don't want to deal with things right now, right? And I'll take that break for myself, but I still answer phone calls and I still do what it is that I have to do as far as my responsibilities, right? But as far as downtime with my network or my website or anything like that, like that's unacceptable. Like I'm not. My phone, like for instance, I was working on my phone. It took me like 2 to 3 weeks to get it up and running. And again, because I'm moving over from a paid VoIP system that I had in the, PBX box, and I designed my own PBX box running free PBX. And I had to set that up from the ground up, and I had to get the hardware that I'm going to run it on and all this other stuff, and then integrate it in the office, and all that stuff happens. My clients doesn't see it. People who calling me don't know that this is happening in the background, because even though when that's what's happening, for me to make that transition over to the new system that I have, my phone number still works. They still can get a hold of me. They don't know that this is happening in the background. And I think I told you this in the last podcast with my family too. I rip my network apart every year. Like every year, I do a complete rip down, complete tear down, and build back up, just to stay current, just to stay up to date. My wife and kids don't know that happens. They see me doing stuff, but they don't notice it. That's the kind of approach how I approach technology. So downtime is, you should have it like in your mind as a business owner, like this is unacceptable, right? And if you have that as your goal, as one of your goals, one of the main principles, everything would gear towards that. Okay. Poor Wi-Fi network setup. So let's talk about some of the main things. Poor Wi-Fi network setup. So we have moved from Wi-Fi, different Wi-Fi. Now we have using Wi-Fi 6 and 7 now, right? Bad Wi-Fi setup. You need to sort that out, right? Weak signals, no VLANs. Now I talked about VLANs, which is a virtual LAN. Some companies don't have that. They get the consumer router, they put it in the closet, and that's the internet, and that's how they do it. So the phone and the computer and the camera and the backup system, everything is on the same network. And your clap on and clap off switch is missing, but your Google Voice and your Google Android and your Hey Google is on the same network, and that's a lot of vulnerability. Okay. Impact, choppy Zoom call, lagged card reader. I mean, you try to swipe the card to pay for stuff, custom pay stuff, it doesn't work because of the internet. Frustrated employees and / customers, right? That's not good. Fix for these things. Fix for them now. Fix how you fix these problems with the bad router and the VLANs. Upgrade to a prosumer router, right? Networking gear and segment your networks. Get LAN 1, LAN 2, LAN 3, LAN 4. Label them. Accounting, main business, IoT devices. Segment it. Get a prosumer router. Segment it. Okay. Outdated website and broken links. This is another one. You build a website 10 years ago, right? So you're just online, my business, so and so, and there's links to it, but the links are not working anymore. The website that we're linking to, the page you're linking to is gone or whatever. That's not working anymore. Not a good look, right? Customers can't find you, and people are funny. And I think I told you this story before. I got a phone call from a guy once, and it was a residential guy, but he got a phone call from a guy once, and then when I called him back, he's like, I already set up an appointment with this other guy. I'm like, okay, it's not a problem. But I'm gonna say, listen, I told him, like, if he's gonna help you, because it was a Wi-Fi issue. He couldn't get Wi-Fi in his whole house. And I said, don't worry about it. It's not an issue. If you're gonna go with that guy, go with that guy. But just make sure that, I think I told him, I made sure I'd give him a tip. I forgot what the tip was I told him, but I told him I'd give him a tip. And then he called me back. And he's like, I'm gonna go with you because you look more professional. And I was like, what? But then I realized that the guy he called didn't have a good website, or didn't have a website at all, And again, these things are kind of vain in a way, But again, if you're gonna be professional, right? And that sounds, again, hear me going off into the territory of like, being a, telling you what to do. But again, the thing is, people expect certain things, and it's culture. And I don't want to go into philosophy and human nature, but it's culture. So people expect certain things from a business. Now, you have to ask yourself if what they're expecting is reasonable or not, because I do that all the time, right? There are things that I search within myself and say, okay, these things are acceptable for people or customers to expect from me. Like, for instance, if they hire me to do a job, I'm supposed to do the job. So if they're going to pay me to fix a computer, I'm supposed to fix the computer, period, right? I have to fix it. It's called delivery on a deliverable, okay? And that's something that they expect me to do. That's true, right? Now, I don't have to be their friend. Now, this is where I will differ from marketing gurus out there on YouTube, all this other crap they got going on that I don't really believe in. I'm not the customer's friend, okay? They're not my friend, I'm not their friend, right? That not to say that they're not customers that I have an affinity for, or I like. There's some customers I want to like, there's some customers I'm not going to like, right? That's just human nature. I have the right to associate. That's a part of American Constitution, right? I wholeheartedly believe in that. That doesn't mean I'm going to like one customer and do them good service, and the ones I don't like, I'm not going to give them bad service. No, my responsibility and what they expect from me is to deliver on a deliverable, period. So that's where the principle lies, right? So people expect your website to be professional and easy to navigate, and people expect your email to not be my business at Hotmail, or my business at Google.com, or my business at God knows where the heck is. We taught you not to look at those emails and don't trust those emails. Your business should say info@mybusiness.com, or your name at mybusiness.com. That's what it should say. You can get this. ISP can help you get these things, okay? This is not hard to do, right? Be professional. What they expect in that realm, you should deliver. And if you do all these things that are professional, and you show a professional, your professional presence, then you can say, I'm not your friend. They can take it or leave it. Then you can do that. Then you can have that kind of a posture and say, I'm gonna do the job you hired me to do, but that's it. You can stand on that principle after you show up professionally. Okay. So fixes to these things: maintain your website monthly. Add SSLs. SSS is like, when you have those HTTPS, have those security in your website. People trust you. Test the links. Keep up with the plugin and updates. Again, if you can't do it yourself, get a guy to do it. Get an MSP. It doesn't have to be my MSP, but it can be a MSP. A lot of these kids know how to do this stuff, right? Okay. No email or domain. We just talked about that. Still using Gmail, YouTube for business links. It's killing your trust. People don't trust you. You look suspicious, right? Because the guy from Africa that's saying is a Nigerian prince is using the same Google.com. Okay. No backup plan or data or system. You literally open your business. You have people's information on there, right? And you have no backup, nothing in place, nothing. When you can go pick up a Synology on Amazon and throw 2 hard drive in there and back up your computers, people are not doing it. There's businesses that don't have backups, right? A crash, a laptop, power loss, anything, a ransomware, which is big now. A ransomware can wipe out your entire business overnight, which does happen. Like, believe it or not, this happens, right? And this is a simple fix, right? Fix to this: use local plus cloud backup, automate it, and test it. Set up something in your business to back up your computers. Back up your computers on site, back up your computers off site. When I say cloud backups, you can literally have two Synology one in your building where you operate your business with all your computers back up to, and you can have one at home. And then the one in the building, if you have backups to the one at home, voila, you have a cloud backup, and you don't have to pay a damn thing to anybody else, right? You know what I'm saying? These are the things that I'm trying to say. Like, there's solutions to these problems out there. Again, there really isn't any solution. Life's only trade-off, right? You're going to be paying money. That's a trade-off. You're going to be paying money for this, to set up the backups and then learn how to restore it. And so that's the trade-off. But again, it's a much smaller trade-off for the solution. Okay? All right. Using one device for everything. I see this one too. You have one computer and you run your business on the computer and you check Facebook on the computer. It's the same computer. Alex Custom Tech, me, Alex Hutchinson, I have literally, and I'm not bragging, I'm not proud of it. It's not like I'm showing off or anything like that. I have 2 computers in my studio. Polyvan 97 FM. I have a MacBook Pro and I have a gaming laptop. The gaming laptop is have the power under the hood to handle the live stream. And I do all my music editing and my podcast and everything. Anything we do audio on my MacBook Pro. Right? Also in the studio, I have 2 other computers, 2 desktop. One that manages the automation and one that does the streaming. That's right. So in my radio station, literally there's 4 computers. Now, Alex Custom Tech, I have a laptop that I take with me when I'm on the road. I go to clients with that laptop. That's the laptop that does that. And I have another desktop computer that's a beast of a machine that does all the administrative stuff and in the office. Then I have a gaming computer in my house that I separate the accounts. That kind of like brings it all home. It manages Alex Custom Tech. I can log in for Alex Custom Tech on it on one account. I can log into Polyvinyl 97 FM on another account, and I have my own personal account that I use for myself and I game on. You segment things, you separate things. Very important, right? The reason why you do that is because when one computer crashes and you use it for everything, or one computer get compromised, you use it for everything is gone. Right? So you process personal emails, social media, and clients all on the same laptop. That's no privacy and performance disaster waiting to happen. When you do that, it's just a problem. It's just, if something happens, it's a problem. To fix, separate personal and business devices, or at least use different profile. Remember, I saw you that I have a gaming computer in my house that I have different accounts for. When I go into Polyvan 97 FM, I have one account that I log into. When I go into Alex Custom Tech, there's another account I log into. And when I'm doing gaming and anything personal, I have my personal account I log into. Again, not trying to sound like some kind of dictator. Again, it's just that this is something that you need to do to prevent the problems. Right? So, no process or outbound. No process for onboarding tech tools. It's not a big one. And I would probably say that I struggle with this one. But again, I'm a tech guy, so I can work around it, But like, if you're a small business and you haven't, because like, how do I explain this? There's a couple of devices, a couple of software you're going to be using. Some are what we know as mission critical, right? And you're using those. Some people do have mission critical card software and they won't let it go, and it can't run on the new OS, and you have to do some kind of a virtual machine or some kind of compatible thing patch to do it. So get complicated. But you use random apps, or you try different apps, and you don't pick one or it doesn't work with other apps, or it doesn't synchronize well and it messes up your workflow. You don't want to do that. You want to pick a bunch of applications for your business that synchronize very well, and I will give you a smooth workflow, and your employees are comfortable with it and they're trained on it and they know what you're doing. You can test stuff out, get a sandbox and test things out. That's on your own, and when you're confident, when you're comfortable with it, then you deploy it. That's how tech people do things. You test things out, make sure that it works, then you can deploy it. For me, it's a little bit more different because, it's just me. Okay, but if I had like a staff, I wouldn't be rolling out things for them every 5 seconds and have them try to figure it out on their own. That's going to slow down production, and we don't want that. So you have your stack, which is stack is a different application that gets your job done. When you talk about application stack, we're talking about application stack. And again, that's what, when people in the sales guy call you and you, what kind of stuff do you use? That's what he's talking about. Like, what are the bunch of applications do you use, and does it synchronize well? I mean, does it work together well? Like, it's the easy some like, for instance, like I do stuff for transportation, right? And there's an app called Samsara, right? No, there's an app called Geotab, right? And Geotab, you can add other transportation software into it, and you have like one dash and everything is there, but even the things that are there that are add-ons are not really from Geotab. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like what I'm trying to say. You want to have something that works really well and synchronize with other applications that you're using very well, right? So don't just randomly pick stuff. And then the fix is standardize your tech stack, document your tools and why you use them. Okay, ignoring cybersecurity basics. We talked about this in the earlier podcast. You wanna have two-step authentication, right? You don't want to just use public Wi-Fi without a VPN, right? And you want to make sure that you have good firewall. Back to the prosumer stuff again. You have a prosumer router. It's wonderful for securing your network. It's really good as getting a solid firewall. And you want to make sure they have two-step authentication. Don't just have the password. You know what I mean? Have two-step authentication. Fixes: use a password manager. Enable two-step authentication. Invest in basic endpoint protection. Right? Real-world impact. Audit your tech, internet, email, backup, and website devices. It is what it sounds like. Check it. See what you have. All of this, right? Make sure you have some kind of email scanning thing that you can actually scan email for viruses. Teach your people how to identify scammers on your thing. Make sure your website and links and everything works. Life cycle your devices. Again, I can play around with this rule a little bit, but you can't. Like, if you're not a tech person, give yourself 5 to 7 years and then you change out the stuff then. Okay? Change out your device for 5 to 7 years, you'll be fine. Alright? Fix the obvious problems, right? Get a domain, enable backup, secure your passwords. Right? If these things are overwhelming for you and you struggle with them, again, you don't have to call us, but you can get an MSP to come help you with it. You can call us if you listen to this podcast and you can tolerate me and my accent and you're okay with the straightforwardness of how I approach things and it's not offensive to you or whatever. You can give us a call and I'll happily help out with my knowledge and we can go through it together. But if you have your local MSP, there's a ton of MSP companies out there. Some of them one-man shows, some of them are more than one guy, but I'm telling you right now, every MSP, every computer repair shop, all these guys, I have the utmost confidence in them, because as a geek, I know how passionate I am about these things, and I know that for them to do it, they're very passionate about it. They will help you. gonna cost you some money. But life, there's no trade-off. In life, there's no solution but trade-off. It's better for you to pay them and not have a problem than not to pay them and have a problem. You're gambling, right? You're gambling. It doesn't have to be a tech ransomware that wipe you out. You can lose you can lose everything for your clients just because your computer dies, which is gonna die. You know what I mean? So the gambling doesn't make any sense. So I would say definitely get some guys to come in and help you guys out with this stuff. We have a business. You have to have like some way of collecting money, right? You have to have some way there to receive payment. You have a business, you have to have an invoice, a receipt process, right? You have to have a business, you have to have inventory, a stock, right? Those things are important. You have to have a business, you have an idea, you have to have the thing you're selling. You don't have to have a salesperson, but the thing should sell itself, right? In my opinion. But the same way you approach the business aspect and you approach those things, you can say, I have to have a point of sale. You have to have an IT guy. That's how you gotta look at it. Or you have to have someone that's knowledgeable about IT things. You can engraft that into yourself as a person that does it. Or you can bring somebody on that does it. I would recommend you bring somebody on so he focuses on that and you can focus on the business itself. But you can't. If you can do both, that's fine. But you need to have a solution to that, which is really a trade-off. But you have to do it. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Okay, I know it was kind of hard, but that's what I'm saying. So, like I always say, stay productive. If you take away anything from here, don't make these mistakes. Don't make these IT mistakes. Okay, get someone in or get us in to help you out. Have a good day.
Hey there, Jersey and Eastern PA businesses. Ready to take your IT game to the next level? Get excited because Alex Custom Tech is coming your way. We're your go-to for IT support, bringing integrity and trust to every service. From network upgrades to virtualization and even relocating your IT setup, we've got you covered. Stay tuned as we put the finishing touches on our new site. Alex Custom Tech, helping your business thrive with top-notch IT support right in your backyard.
Welcome to Alex Custom Tech, your trusted partner for computer service and repair since 2010. We provide professional consulting services to clients throughout New Jersey and Pennsylvania, offering everything from computer repair to network design and installation. Our focus is on building efficient, results-driven professional relationships with our clients. We work with you to create customized solutions that fit your specific needs, whether you're an individual or an organization. Our comprehensive IT consulting services are designed to make your technology work more effectively for you. We provide solutions that meet your business's performance and utilization demands. Because we understand that when your technology doesn't work, neither do you. We specialize in network design and implementation, taking the pain out of network creation, maintenance, and repair. Our team understands that even minimal downtime can impact your productivity and revenue. That's why we offer 24/7 proactive monitoring and maintenance to strategically optimize and protect your infrastructure. For residential and business clients, we provide affordable and reliable computer repair services, available both on-site and at our location. Our commitment to quality is reflected in our satisfied customers' experiences. We service New Jersey and Pennsylvania. Alex Custom Tech is ready to serve your IT needs. Contact us today at 855-668-6315 or email info@alexcustomtech.com to discover how Alex Custom Tech can help optimize your technology solutions.